NASA, please put me into hypersleep until May of 2019. Alright, let's talk some Infinity War! Avengers! Infinity War! I just made this Infinity Gauntlet out of, paint and stuff. It's an Infinity Gauntlet, deal with it. So Avengers Infinity War, you all know I'm excited for this movie. I have done an entire series on this channel centered around this film coming out. I don't know what I'm going to do next year because this is a two-parter. Alright, so the premise of this film is that Thanos wants to get every Infinity Stone. If he does, he can wipe out the universe with the snap of his fingers like that. Or more accurately, like that. So now the Avengers have to stop him along with the Guardians of the Galaxy, all of Wakanda. It's a huge match of characters. Let me talk about what I didn't like about this film. There are a couple CGI effects in this film that I really were just jarring. There are a couple plot points in this film. I can't spoil it, but there are a couple plot points in this film where I was like, why? Why did you have to do that? Why does that make any sense? Those are my problems. Now, one problem that a lot of people said is that a lot of characters act out of character in this film, which I actually didn't see that ever in this film. There's one character in this film, he acts a bit out of character. The reason why that would be is because it's multiple directors, and the Russo brothers haven't handled that character yet. So they treat him a bit weird, and I found that a bit weird, but it wasn't really a problem. In fact, both the weird plot point and that weird character thing, those are really my only problems. The film does feel a bit frustrating towards the end because, this is a two-parter, and it feels like an incomplete story. But I'm complimenting it because it's an incomplete story. It should be that way because it's a two-parter. If this film felt complete, it'd be like, oh, what are we going to do next time? Kind of like saying the Avengers is split into three parts. The Avengers Age of Ultron, and the Avengers Infinity War. It's like saying they're split up into three parts. They're not. They're all three separate stories about the same characters. New characters get added each time. Now, this film has a really good way of switching its tone when it goes to the characters. Like, let's say, when we're with the Avengers, I have the tone that I get from maybe Avengers-type films, like classic MCU films. I guess, like that. When I'm with characters like Iron Man or Doctor Strange, I feel that from their movie, the style of their movie. And then once you're with, I guess, Thor, I get the feeling of, so with Thor, I don't get the feeling of Thor Ragnarok, kind of, but not really. But I do get the feeling when the Guardians of the Galaxy on, oh man, it's Guardians of the Galaxy. The tone switches entirely and then it feels like a Guardians of the Galaxy movie. Now, another thing I really have to comment this film is once the battles go down, in the third act, once the battle goes down, it goes down and it is so cool. To see all these awesome characters just battle, it's so cool and it was so awesome to watch. All of Wakanda's cool. Everything's pretty cool in this film. Captain America's new shield is so awesome. I'm making my own cardboard version of it. It's not done yet. I wanted it done before this review, but I didn't, so who cares? And at no point in this film did a character feel shoehorned in. Every character felt like they did something, and if they didn't do much, they just weren't a big role in the film. Now, all the heroes, or I guess all the characters that don't do much aren't Avengers or Guardians of the Galaxy. They're completely different. They're just add-on characters to other movies. Those characters don't do much, but the ones that are more of the Avengers style of characters, they're actual, superheroes, they do a lot. I'm sorry if this review is short. This film has so many spoilers. I'll do my spoiler talk on Wednesday. And this film is pretty much 2 hours and 40 minutes. In fact, I went to this film a complete hour early because I wanted to get the best seats. And I got pretty much the best seats out of the entire theater, where you have that one bar in front of you. There's the theater, there's a mid-section between it. There's front part, back part, then there's a thing in between it. I always go at the front of the back part because I always like that seat. The majority of the time I make it there, and this time I did make it there. I feel like I get the full experience because I get to kick my legs up. Why am I talking about where I sat? Also, let's talk about Thanos. Thanos was awesome. Thanos is just like, now there's not much to separate Thanos. Like, I was worried that Thanos is just going to be a typical villain. No, he was really good. I didn't really feel his influence. Like, it's not because he's influenced or how he's emotionally deep cut. Like, he's not a Killmonger. In fact, he's better than Killmonger because he's like the Joker. He's so threatening and evil. Like, just like, you have this where each time, like, oh no, if he gets that Infinity Stone, he gets that power. Oh, if he gets that, he gets that power. Yeah, he's really threatening. Also, his immense size even makes him more threatening. His deep voice, the way he acts just is threatening. He's kind of a scary villain, and I really like that. I feel like that's what Ultron should have been. And there were a couple moments in this film where I was like, wait, is Thanos gonna make a joke? But nope, Thanos stayed serious this entire time. And he always stays threatening and cool. I thought Thanos was absolutely amazing. His CGI was awesome too. I really liked Thanos. He was such a threatening villain. Now, there are a couple things in this one where I wanted more of something that appeared in the film. I just wanted more of that, but then I kind of can't insult it off that because, you have too much to handle. I mean, you only have 2 hours and 40 minutes to handle all of this. Yeah, it's pretty intense. If you haven't seen the movie yet, by the way, the post-credit scene actually takes place after. So you have the first credit moment, you have the second credit moment, and it's after that, okay? Just know that. Stay through all the credits. The guy I was sitting next to, he just said, like, he was like, do you know when the post-credit scene is? And I was like, yeah, my sister saw it yesterday. She told me it's after both credits. And then he asked, sister pulling your leg? And I was like, I actually don't know. Thank God there was one, so just know that, okay? And one thing that this film did right was it didn't feel separated. It felt connected to the entire Marvel Universe, even though it felt like a split end to it. Like, it feels all connected to the entire thing. And by the way, God, is this the darkest Marvel movie yet? Civil War was the darkest, now this is the darkest. I feel like the Russo brothers are very good at cutting deep. Like, this film, wow, it cuts deep. Like, I almost shed a tear at the end. Not a happy tear, no, just like a traumatic and sad tear. When a film succeeds that way. It wasn't a happy cry, it was a legit sad cry. So Civil War is originally the darkest film. Nope, this is the darkest. It gets so dark and it goes such to a dark tone by the end of this film. Also, one thing that this film does right is it's all shot in IMAX cameras. Why is that good? Because everything feels so epic and big. That one problem I had is I'm probably not going to get as much of my favorite characters. Even though my favorite character is Iron Man, I'm probably not going to get... Stop. I'm probably not going to get much of him. If you're wondering, I have like an animal down there. No, I just kicked the shelf. The shelf that's usually right, whatever. I feel like I wasn't gonna get a lot of all my favorite characters. No, I got a lot of every character. There's some characters I felt were a bit underused. In fact, some that I was surprised were underused, but still, it wasn't bad. There was one character in this film that you would think would drive the plot, and he didn't drive the plot really at all. Like, he did a little bit. Now, there's some characters in this film you'd be surprised they have big roles. This film is very unpredictable. Everything I thought was going to happen in the film did not happen in the film. So, this film is very unpredictable. Like, it's almost funny how unpredictable it is. It's also a really funny film, not a straight-out comedy, because it's also the darkest Marvel. Like, let's say when the Guardians of the Galaxy are around, it feels like Guardians of the Galaxy and it's hilarious. Guys, in the end, Infinity War. I was expecting it, like, after seeing all the reviews and all these reviews by Jeremy and all these other things, I was like, yeah, probably not going to be the best Marvel film, but I'll still really like it. No! I loved it and it was amazing! The only problems with this film are that maybe there are a couple plot points, maybe a few characters were weirdly used, but, those aren't really problems with the film in general. This is by far my longest review right now, because Infinity War is a 10 out of 10. Why do I give it this rating? Well, here's why. Captain America Civil War, I know I haven't reviewed it yet, but I'm just saying I give it 10 out of 10. It's pretty obvious that I would do that because I praise it so much. Even though I haven't reviewed it yet, I praise it so much. It would be really unfair to not give Infinity War that because it doesn't, like, Civil War actually has legit problems, but nothing that bothers me. Infinity War has problems, but nothing that really bothered me except for one thing, and Civil War had that too. Anyway, guys, Infinity War was amazing. I'll have my first spoiler talk next week. If you guys watch my old reviews, you don't have to watch them anymore. They're bad reviews. But if you watch my old reviews at the beginning of this channel, I'm doing it the same style as that. My first 10-minute long review. Yes. Alright, see you guys next time. Next time for a film in 2018 is... I feel unfulfilled. I'm seeing Peter Rabbit next. We'll see you guys next time.